Hey everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin. We got a CoinsKid crew. So I've built a couple of metrics in recent times for the CoinsKid crew, and I've been relaying them as the confluence of a correction. Okay, I did say to you all week last week, keep an eye on the metric on CoinsKid.com for the BTC buy to get up there above 70 and the USD sell to get below 30. So it did actually do that. Okay, for a slight minute it did do that, and ever since we've been doing that metric, boom, you know, we've been correcting basically. A little bit over exuberance, a little bit of a bull trap continuation, and then that particular metric has played out like an absolute boss so far. So it's part of my confluence all last week what I've shown you for the correction to come in, obviously with the dump moon as well. So we're seeing a lot of coins coming back right now and retesting their structural lows. Okay, so it's getting squeaky bum time for the confirmation of these bottoms that we're potentially carving out right now. So there is a very important chart that I'm going to show you today that we need to pay attention to for Bitcoin for the future of this market for Bitcoin going forward, because I think it holds all the clues. If it breaks a local high, I'm looking to exit my position. I'll buy back on the resistance retest of this particular chart. Okay, I'm going to ride the waves with this particular chart, and it could actually be the bottom that we're looking for with the confluence of this particular chart. But at the moment, I'm going to give it credit where it's due. We do see structural reversals in the Bitcoin chart and this other chart that I'm about to show you. Okay, so the metric was bang on, wasn't it, that I built for you? You know, basically this takes the greed and the fear in the market from, you know, overbuying and overselling, and it creates a metric for you. So right now I'm going to show you exactly where that metric's sitting, okay, on CoinsKid.com. To quickly take a look at trading zones, I'm going to dive into the Bitcoin chart in a moment with you, but what we have here is this metric that created right now, this week, you know, it was only last week that it was getting a really, you know, the polar opposite right there. Right now we've got BT sell pushing towards 30 and we've got USD buy pushing towards 70. Okay, so we're getting a little bit of a flip reverse here. Equally in the crypto market zones, what we're doing right now, buy warnings and buy strong is far outweighing the other side of the market. We only have 1.4% sell warnings. So if we go down to the waves indicator, you can clearly see once we spike up after a dump moon, which is pretty much what we're doing right now, we've got the dump moon which is contributing to this correction as anticipated. We do tend to bottom a few days later and start to reverse here. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for the big spike up, the bottoming pattern, and obviously the inverse correlation of Tether, because at the moment we've got the Tether dominance, which is absolutely taking off into space right there as Bitcoin's coming down the stairs. So it's playing out like a boss again. Get the toppy pattern there rolling over with a big spike up, and this is what we're looking for on the waves indicator, and then the over exuberance to the downside where, you know, people are just continually thinking shorting, but all you're doing is potentially shorting support right now. So again, I wish you almost luck, but I'm looking at a particular chart that's going to hold all the clues going forward. Okay, and this particular chart, if it does something, I will get incredibly bearish on crypto and especially Bitcoin, but at the minute it's not done it. Okay, so please stay tuned. Let's dive into the chart right now and show you what I'm looking at. So in theory, what I'm looking at, BTC below 30, USD buy above 70 is a beautiful metric to jump in, just like we got it last week to jump out. Really simple. Okay, let me dive into the chart right now to show you what I can see. Looking at both of these charts, then we've got the Tether dominance at the bottom and Bitcoin in the top. What we've got is a flag in both. So basically we're flagging down for Bitcoin after a huge spike up. Look at that from last year. Okay, so the Tether dominance are topping, dropped, and then the Tether dominance has been flagging back up, and then the polar opposite for Bitcoin is that huge move down, flagging back up. Okay, so technically, respectfully of, you know, pattern trading, compression patterns, things like that, it's not bullshit, it's not hopium. Whenever we see a move like that and we start to flag back, that is typical of a bull flag. When we start to come down like this and we start to trade back up, that is typical of a bear flag. Obviously, the invalidation is there. If we break the resistance of the flag, it's no longer a bear flag, it's breaking out. Okay, and your bottom's down here somewhere. And obviously, if you break down below the flag, it's no longer a bull flag and your top was there. Okay, so this is what we're doing. We're trading this. There's an inverse correlation, and we've been looking at this for a long time with yourselves, that from this point here, look at that. Beautiful opportunity to buy Bitcoin, beautiful opportunity to short the market. Boom, job done. So like I said to you last week, this is confluence of my analysis that once we find this trend line we touch, you know, this is not where you want to be buying Bitcoin. This is something I relayed to you as confluence of the correction that I did see. So basically what I'm looking for to get incredibly bullish on Bitcoin is a lower high and then drop. Lose this green trend line, okay, before losing this pivot low, I think is a major warning shot. So you could simply just take profit, jump ship, wait for this potential scenario to play out before re-entering right now. Okay, and again, I've not got a crystal ball. I don't advise you what to do. I'm not your financial advisor, but the setup that I'm seeing in the charts right now is a potential scenario. If the Tether dominance is bearish, okay, what we should form here is some kind kind of triple top descending triangle as we start to see the reversal for Bitcoin of a potential triple bottom triangle. So, you know, a textbook reversal bottom with a bull trap, a textbook top bottom with a potential bear trap right there. So a triple top pattern. It comes up, rejects, rolls, see you later. This comes up, you know, rejects, resistance, support, high level support, compression lead to expansion. That's a reversal pattern. This is a top pattern. This is a reversal pattern. Really simple. So we do have a little bit of a clue in the sense that what we've got is this low, a higher low, and a higher high. And right now we're looking for the third higher low, sorry. And then we've got a potential scenario where we've got the resistance high, lower high, and then the third lower high. If we get that and it rolls, fantastic. We've got a clue. This breakdown will lead to that. Really, really simple technical analysis, because look, that led to that, and this breaking down will potentially lead to that. Okay, so I wish you all most looking well. Keep an eye on the Tether dominance as best we can, but so far so good. We may have a clue in the recent price action that that pivot low that we lost last week is actually a lower low in this particular chart, and that's a higher low. Obviously going forward it will actually, you know, confirmed as a bull trap for Bitcoin and a bear trap for the Tether dominance if we start to see the Tether dominance doing something like this, taking out the white trend line and then that pivot high there, which is basically where Bitcoin created that second low. First low, second low, looking for a third low. First high, second high, looking for the third high. Really, really simple technical analysis, okay? If we break out, take out that resistance point at 6.5%, then I think, you know, we've got a clue that Bitcoin's incredibly bearish. And at that point, we just got to respect that this is coming up into the channel again with a potential future long op just there on this breakout from last year. That's where I'll be looking to definitely get back involved in Bitcoin and look for some long ops in the future. This is why I'll leave that particular you know, signal in the charts. But again, this could just be if we do break down, and again, I've not got a crystal ball, but if this flag is doing this, okay, and we found a top and we're beginning to drop, and we come down like this and we bottom and we start to come back up again, that could be your sweet spot to buy Bitcoin back again on any, you know, major correction going forward. So I'll keep that in there. Okay, I'll keep that in there for us going forward. Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now to see what we can see. Okay, so looking at Bitcoin then on the daily time frame, we fell into this bottom pattern here, haven't we? As potential scenario, been tracking this WXY correction, and then within this bottom here of this potential bottom pattern right here, we've got a potential beautiful diamond bottom pattern where we've got compressed to the apex of this pattern. And in the process on the breakout, what we've done, we've took the 200 EMA with us, and equally the 10, 20 and 55 in golden crosses right on the break just there, breaking out, and right now we're falling back to it at the 200 EMA for support, and everyone's losing their mind basically. So potentially this is a breakout back to see you later. And this is something, the part of the confidence that I was showing you last week when everyone's getting stupidly bullish, I did say to you I think we'll break that high and then come back into the golden crosses, because that is typically what we see. We've seen it every single bottom pattern. So I'm looking for the invalidation. Really simple. We turn the, you know, resistance right now, the 200 EMA on the daily time frame, we start to do something like this and lose that low. Okay, we've got to jump ship, we've got to get out. And at that point we just have to project lower and look to buy back lower, and the target would simply be, if we just still respecting this support line right now, would just be another retest of this line. But I think we're so far into this right now that possibly this is the bottom of the correction for Bitcoin. We've come sideways, we've got our ass back above the 200, which is a bullish statement. We've got golden crosses, we're creating uptrend structure right here, so we're just looking to confirm that. That's all I can say, you know. I've not got a crystal ball. If we hold that, beautiful. If we lose it, not so beautiful, because, you know, there's possibly some kind of ABC before another drop to the downside where we'll be targeting this white line for your buyback. And obviously it could be, you know, confluence of the resistance retest right there for the Tether dominance. So we'll keep an eye on it as best I can, but so far so good. We've got the breakout, and as expected we're getting a pullback, but I'm looking for the support to hold. Now typically what we do see at the bottom of these patterns, 1 2 3 4 5, the bump and run pattern, we drag our ass back above the 200 EMA in golden crosses, we break out, fall back to some support, everyone's losing their mind just like they are now, and then boom, we go again. So if we measure that correction just there, we take a look from peak to trough, all the way from there to there, around about 7.23% on that correction. If we look at this particular correction, when we got our ass back above a 200, we really did take off and dragged all the golden crosses. What was this correction? You know, if you take a look, that was a whopping 22% correction. I remember everyone losing their minds there as well, but look at that, we never lost a 200, and then we started to, you know, continue the road right there. So I'm going to say XRP, I do apologise. What's Bitcoin done right now in this correction? So if we take a look from peak to trough, currently down roughly 9%, and everyone's losing their mind. So we need to see a little bit more, you know, bearish structure by losing this low before we can start to jump to conclusions. Okay, this is a simple ABC retrace, and we're not bullish at this point, because technically we are. You know, it's not bullshit, it's not opium. We've got WXY, right compression, diamond bottom pattern breakout, back test, see you later. So technically we're doing okay, and we're just retracing the move that we've put in so far, you know, so far so good. I wish I wouldn't most look, but let's keep an eye on the Tether dominance going forward, okay? Back to a new update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye bye everyone.